Dana White's Contender Series is absolute peak television. It is peak UFC. Sean Clancy Jr. just knocked out Gary Balletto in the second round via vicious ground and pound. And to be honest with you, this was one of the more boring fights of the night so far. And it still ended up being an absolute banger. Sean Clancy went out there throwing heavy, fast, athletic haymakers in that first round. A lot of it was whiffing, but he was connecting. And then in that second round, he shot a beautiful double leg takedown and just ground and pounded the absolute living shit out of Gary Balletto. You got to feel for him. You know, his dad was there. His dad was a former boxing world champion, now paralyzed, and he's getting the absolute crap beaten out of him for 10K, probably 10K, 5K after expenses. The UFC, MMA, it's a brutal sport. But it wasn't his night. It just kind of seemed like Sean Clancy Jr. was there to win. This was perfectly set up for him. They fed him a lower level guy, and he looked good in doing so. He really did. He's the former welterweight Cage Warriors world champion. He can go far in the UFC. 9-0, 100% finish rate. Listen, it wasn't the most entertaining, but he still got a second round TKO. Even if you want to say the striking was a little bit sloppy in the first round, he got cracked a couple times. He still shot a beautifully timed takedown and just passed Mount. Incredible jiu-jitsu skills, and then just ground and pounded him to oblivion. Pause. It was an impressive performance from him, and the Scottish contender is here. We need a Scottish contender in the UFC. Paul Craig is gone, so this guy might be the next Paul Craig. And, he might be better than Paul Craig. He might go further than Paul Craig. Paul Craig's the best Scottish fighter we've ever had, and he's been kind of mid. So hopefully we get a real solid title contender, but it's too early to talk. It's too early to say anything right now. He's just beaten up a low-level guy, made it look relatively easy. But I am excited for what's next. Dana White's Contender Series is peak, absolute peak. You have to tune into that. Genuinely, you have to tune into that, because every single week there are absolute bangers on. People fighting. There's nothing better than two guys who are young and hungry and want to be in the UFC, probably don't have enough money to pay for the bus ticket to get to the fucking fight, and just absolutely go out there and throw down, because they know that if they put on an impressive performance, they get a crazy knockout, there's a war that goes down, they will get a contract. And I think Dana White's Contender Series is beginning to grow in popularity. People are talking about it. There's been highlight reel KO after highlight reel KO, and Sean Clancy will add his name to the list. Impressive victory. 9-0. Crazy work from bro. I feel bad for Gary Balletto. Hope he's doing okay. Impressive fight. Definitely impressive fight. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Tune into Dana White's Contender Series. It's genuinely one of the most entertaining things the UFC puts out every week. Tune in.